It appears, once again, they're saying we're in for quite a ride, quite a winter storm out here. And also, welcome back to the worm. Last week, I made a video because I thought it was going to be a gnarly storm, and it was fun. We had a great time, didn't we? It just didn't turn out to be that gnarly. I saw that we had a bunch of snow coming in tonight, so I went out, filled up all my water. I've got plenty of food. I always have plenty of gasoline. You know, I can run the generator and charge my batteries in here or whatnot. And because we were supposed to get a ton of snow, Tito was going to come up. He said, I can't come up because there's no way I'll get back home, basically. Sarah just texted me and she said, for the first time in her life, the town where she lives has a 5:30 curfew, which is in like an hour. Nobody can be out on the roads after that. So I just got all this information in the last 5 minutes or so, and I thought, let's try it again. Let's make one more video this week of a crazy Michigan storm. Starting in the next few hours, we are just supposed to get hammered with snow. The trees, I've heard a couple trees breaking, and as I'm reading this text from Sarah about this curfew, I look over and my heater almost blew out, which is crazy. I didn't even know that could happen. It just has the exhaust, which is actually the out and the in the same pipe going right through the wall. I've never seen enough wind this far down in the trees that it would affect that flame at all. I think the worst of the snow and wind is overnight tonight, but it'll go into the morning tomorrow. So I say, get up tomorrow, drink some coffee. I'll put all the winter clothes on I have. And you remember that trail camera that Sarah and I relocated out by way back here by a pond? And I think the end of one of the videos, I put just a couple of videos or pictures that came in from it. It's not working now. It hasn't been working for a week. So how about when it's really ripping, we'll get all dressed up and we'll go walk out there in the woods, see what it's like. And if the storm fizzles out in the next hour or two, which probably it won't, then I just won't upload this video. Listen, I don't want to bore you with all this like crazy guy living in the woods in a cabin stuff. We're looking for earthquakes and wildfires and bear attacks, right? We don't want some old lazy dude sitting on the couch with his Afghan. That's just not good programming. Well, it's gonna be dark in a second, so if it's really gonna be that gnarly, I guess I'll go run the generator, charge stuff up. See you later tonight, maybe in the morning. Want to see outside? It's also unusual to get this much snow when it's going to be this cold. It seems like it seldom happens. Yeah, it's 11 degrees right now, and it's supposed to be well down in the single digits when the storm really hits. Anybody want to try to explain to me why it's so much fun when storms happen? Especially when you have to go out. I don't have to go out and move that trail cam around, but everything that I own that's not in this 190 square feet, my tools and my food and everything are out there. Maybe it's just a guy thing. I don't know. Are women into storms? Guess it's a good thing I picked up some ramen noodles. Something easy to cook in here. Dang, I could really go for a shave too, but there's no way I'm standing out there in weather like this. When it's super windy, the wind comes up through the floorboards, you know, because there's cracks so the water can drain. Yeah, it's already cold enough that brand new propane tank we put in there a week ago, hear the tree crack, full to the brim, and it shows almost empty. I think it just works on pressure, so obviously the colder it gets, the lower the pressure. But there's a wide range of green, and then yellow is almost out, and it's right in the middle of the red, and then I don't know what happens. I think it explodes or something. That's brisk on the toes, isn't it? Something I thought about when it's really cold but have never done before. This thing has a blower on it, which really does nothing. Maybe that's because when you use this, it's cold, and the batteries are cold, and it, like, you can hear a little bit. It's just blowing the heat off the top of this. I think maybe that'll circulate a little heat around here. I did it, it was just warm enough. I don't think a normal type person would want to stand out in here in their bare feet and shave, but it was worth it. It feels so much better. I've only done it once this winter, but I can't leave my soap out here. Everything has to go, even the stuff with the battery, like the light. Sometimes I just use the cool old oil lamp out here. But if I need more light, I just use the Ryobi thing. Can't leave that out here. Can't leave my shaving stuff. That'll freeze solid. And of course, the towel has to go in each night to dry out over the heater. It's my last 3 buckets that aren't under the bed. That one's not too bad. I just put it out here yesterday. All set for tomorrow. Oh, you know what else we get to do tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow evening, afternoon. We'll go drive the walking shooting range. See if we can get the 4-wheeler stuck. I hardly ever use them, so I can't find any real winter gloves around here. I know I got a bucket full somewhere. I don't know how much snow we got, but we got a lot of wind. Whoa. Look at the layers. Can definitely hear a lot of snowmobiles off in the distance. Ooh, I can feel the cold. Still in the single digits. Probably should have put some extra clothes on, but I don't know, I don't like to. One thing I will say is with the wind, everything looks very smooth out here. Oh yeah, gonna need to shovel this thing out. Oh, you know, I forgot to knock the top of it off a couple days ago. I wonder if it slid. No, it sure didn't. Look at the pile of snow on top of this little solar lantern. Yeah, there's quite a bit that got blown around here. Hey, snow opens. The roof didn't do too much. I hate wearing thick gloves no matter what the temperature, so brought my battery power hand warmers. We'll crank them up a bit. Drive this thing back to the start of the walking shooting range. We can walk from there back and find that trail camera. It's not too bad here around camp because I packed all this, you know, yeah, I think you guys saw, I don't know, maybe last week or something. Probably come to a screeching halt. I don't know, there's actually a lot of snow stuck in the trees, so maybe it won't be so bad. So that's the start of the walking range, and our trail cam's back there. Since I'm already cold, I think I'm gonna walk first. Am I lost already? Might be. Oh no, this tree just came the rest of the way down in the last week. Let's see, the pond's right out there. And the camera's on the other side of it, across there. And there is like a stream running through here, which a week or two ago was running. I don't know if it'd be frozen now. I guess we just go for it. There's still a little bit of water. Ooh. Still a little bit of water, not much. Well, I'm already not cold. Weird. I swear it was right along this path. Did it get knocked over? I don't think it got knocked over. What the heck? I should be looking right at it. I wonder if I got crushed by this tree. I can't remember if this was here or not. I'll have to, maybe I have a picture on my phone. I'm gonna stick you guys right where I think the camera was. About here. If I brought my phone, I'd have the last trail cam pictures I did. Don't you recall this tree right here from the picture? No, it's a different tree leaning. Don't worry about it, I found it. Wonder why it's not working. I see it right somewhere. I can't quite see on the camera, somewhere through there. Well, I knew it was right on this side of the pond anyway. I kind of like to walk out there, but with this much snow on it, who knows how thick the ice is. It's still there. I don't know what happened, why it wouldn't go off anymore. I see my my solar panel got pulled over by the snow or the wind. Yep, solar panels charged up, who knows. I did put this right in the middle of the game path, so the deer do like to sniff these things and bump into them stuff. I wonder if a deer knocked into this and bent it over. I mean, that should make no difference since it's fully charged. All right, we'll leave it for a little bit, maybe come back in another day or two and we'll see what this fresh tracks in the snow are around here. All right, let's walk out the other way, see if we find any tracks. And I don't think we're gonna be able to get the four-wheeler stuck right now. I thought with all the wind, there would be no snow in the trees, stuck in the trees, but they are loaded. That means all that snow's not sitting on the ground. Ooh. I can hear the creek under there. Runs right down through here. Let's see if we fall through. Nope, it's just a little rind of ice and, oh yeah. It'd be great if I just disappeared up to my neck. Not great for me, but great for you. Ooh, here comes the breeze. It's icy. I've done an awful lot of sports over the years, all solo sports. I don't think I've ever played a group sport. You know, rock climbing and marathon running and long distance swimming, scuba diving, skydiving, all that kind of crap. And the one thing it just never interested me, even when I was rock climbing a lot, is mountain climbing. I do not at all mind being cold and uncomfortable, but to be in a place where this is absolutely great weather and then you have something to accomplish is just, I don't know, it's not for me. I don't mind hopping in the ocean and cool water and swimming 4 or 5 miles, but I would not want to have to climb a 14er or a 29er in weather like this, or a lot worse, mostly a lot worse. You know, drop the temperature about 40 degrees, pick the wind up about 80 miles per hour, and then take away all the oxygen. That does not sound like fun, but this is fun. Yeah, there have been some deers out and about in the last couple hours. Oh yeah, here's the pond. I was gonna say it'd be pretty easy to get lost. I guess I could always follow my footprints back. So the trail cam's on the other side of the pond over there. We know where we are, don't worry so much. You're always so on edge. Jeez. Now there's a good reason to have a red four-wheeler. There's a four-wheeler and I think the shower is right back through there. this is the trail. Oh yeah, there's a target. Whew. I gotta hit up the hand warmers for a minute. Probably heat up the camera, but since you're over there, why don't you heat the camera up? I'll do the hands. Guys don't mind me at all, ever. It takes them quite a while to get running. They'll stand there and look at you for 2 minutes and go like, all right, I think it's time to go now. Is there a better way to spend the day? Tooling around in the woods, walking, looking at the deers. I can still, even with the four-wheeler running, I can hear snowmobiles way off in the distance, probably miles away, which is weird because the snow damps down the sound so much, but you know, people ride these enormous sleds with no mufflers on them. I've got an old two-seater 350 or 370 or something. It's like 25 years old. I'm not sure, maybe it made it in one of the very first videos, I can't remember. We did ride it out here one time soon after I bought the property. Sometimes I think it'd be fun to bring it out here, but I mean, as long as I keep the trails packed when we get a big snow, or every other big snow, then I can get around on the four-wheeler just fine. An ATV like this is so much more multi-use than a snowmobile. You know, a snowmobile's good for going through the snow. This thing's good for getting from A to B, packing trails, making tight turns, dragging logs, moving tools, strapping on chainsaws, all that stuff. And the big thing I remember having the snowmobile out here was that it doesn't make tight turns, you know, snowmobiles don't. And even with reverse, which that one does have, it's not like you can always just like, you know, do a 12-point turn. If you're old like me and you got kind of an iffy back, you know, you don't want to always be out there dragging it in circles, holding onto the skis. But it would be a hoot to go ripping through the woods right now. Maybe this winter I'll get Tito and my brother up here and we'll do a long, I've been wanting to do that for quite a while, do a long ride. I don't think my brother would winter camp with us, but Tito and I have done that, taking snowmobiles out, put the sled on the back, loaded it down with backpacking gear, camping stuff, coolers, everything, and just gone out and spent a couple days way back in the woods. But it would be fun just to go for a ride. I've never ridden around the UP at all. And of course, I'd make a video for you because that'd be a lot of fun. Forgot how hard it is to get these big ass boots underneath that lifter there. I haven't been down this trail in a while. This is where the Guitar Center was. We should cruise down that. That's where the Guitar Center was. That bug net room I had the first year out here. Yeah, it was the first summer, right in the middle of the summer. Had no place to go where there weren't bugs because I hadn't built anything out here yet. Couldn't set in a tent because the sun was on it and it'd bake you out, so it was nice. I mean, I didn't use it a whole lot, but for a couple months it was really cool to hang out in there. Yeah, this is out in the open, and this was just packed a couple days ago, so drive over it and see how much snow we actually got. Maybe 10 inches. That ain't world record style. Go right right back the way we came. You guys messed up my method. Usually when I do this, I make at very least 2 passes. Like on the shooting range out here, I'll go all the way down and all the way back. And I usually try to stick to one side as I'm going down, so I hit the other side on the way back and kind of widen out the tire tracks. But I'm filming the damn thing and I forgot to do that, so we're just gonna, it's gonna look like a drunk man drove through here this time. Just widen it on this side as much as you can. Maybe a little on this side. Alright, then we'll continue on down the range. Oh, there's a couple deer beds right here. You see that? Somebody taking a little snooze, maybe 2 of them. You know what I'm remembering is the first, it sounds like I'm slurring my speech, my lips are getting kind of cold. The first winter out here, I do remember walking this backside of the property, and there were many dozens, if not 100 deer beds all right in this area. So interesting that back here, it's quite flat right back in this area, and there are no big trees. Like the biggest, well, you can see the biggest trees out there are like, maybe this one, it's like 8 inches or something like this, and it's actually very swampy back here. So I don't know if predators don't like this area and that's why the deer hang out here, or I guess, you know, with shorter trees you do get more live branches down low, so maybe there's just more to eat. We'll keep an eye out, see if we see any more beds right here. Oh yeah, there's another one right there. That's the swinger target right back there that just spins and flops around. Best one on the whole range. We made it back to the packed trails. All right. I'm going to turn around and do it all in reverse, and then we'll, I don't know. That's good stuff. You can't go very fast on the shooting range there. It's so bumpy and twisty and really tight. Like a couple spots, you might have 3 inches on either side of the four-wheeler, and you go into holes, so it kind of leans the four-wheeler into the trees. Now I say we go do the normal trails because we can smoke through those. I probably, yeah, I might not crash. We'll see. Might as well have the camera on in case I do. That's fun stuff. It's not often you get this thing over 10 miles an hour in the winter out here. I went back and got the trailer, but I got stuck. This is the hill that always gets me. I don't know if you guys remember. I've gotten stuck here a couple times in other videos. If I would have guessed, I would have said 85% sure I'd get stuck on this hill. That's why I had to go up it and just find out. You know, you can't have hills around that you don't fully understand. Uh-oh, I might have a little bit too much ice stuck in there. Sheesh, I hope I got enough winch cable. We're gonna have to winch at an angle. I think when I did this before, I had an extra rope that was just, yeah, what were we doing? I was pulling stuff up the hill over and over, so I just left a rope set up here that was just the right length, so I only had to pull the winch cable out like 15 feet each time. But I don't got a rope, so hopefully, I think I got 50 feet on there. Sure is a pretty place to get stuck, isn't it? It's pretty a shooting range I ever saw. Any other time of the year, I could just back the trailer down, but can't back that thing up in snow. Hopefully, this doesn't just winch me sideways into that other tree. That ought to do it. That new tarp is so much better than the old one. I mean, the old one was still holding the water out when it rained, but stuff did not slide off like that. It actually ended up snowing a lot more than I thought. For some reason, I don't know why, I thought the storm was just like an overnight thing. Maybe that was supposed to be the worst of it, but it snowed pretty much nonstop until just now. It's the evening of the next day. And it looks like the sun just broke through too. You can see it up on the treetops right now. We don't have long, but I wanted to run out. I was gonna wait a couple more days. It's the high right now for the day, 20 degrees. And the next 3 days, it's going to get way colder. It's going to be in the negatives in a day and a half and stay that way for the foreseeable future. And when it gets like that, shooting is just not that much fun because you got to sometimes have your fingers out. I got some fingerless gloves that I've been wanting to try out, but you don't want to do it when it's, 3 below or anything. So I think it was the last video we went through and drew out all the Steel Challenge stages. I think there are 8 different stages and they're all set up differently. Some of the targets are like this shape. They're 18 by 24. Some of them are 12-inch circles, 10-inch circles. I don't know if they have 8s or not. And I think there's just 5 targets in each one. I don't have the right size targets, but I made all the stands with all 12-inch round targets, and then I think I have one stand that's 8-inch. So if it says put a 18 by 24 target here, you could put a round target that's considerably smaller that much closer, right? So the speed shooting, I just shoot 22 handguns down there. Side of that has been set up for, since I built the range as one of these. I'm not sure which ones. I want to go down and change it real quick. It's kind of crazy to do it when there's a bunch of snow, but I think I can drag those things around if they're not frozen to the ground. So let's run out there real quick. Looks like it's still kind of breezy out there. 20 is not balmy. It should be all right though. You know what I think I'll do? I'm just going to take a picture of all these notes with my phone. Then I don't have to take the pad with me. Yeah, even my footprints from this morning are, man, I got 4 or 5 inches on top of them. All this I just packed again this morning too. Yeah, these targets got a little bit wind blasted. Oh, geez. Can't see what I'm stepping over here. Wow. My target stand too. I don't know if this is going to be very fun to shoot. Kind of chilly. I guess at very least we can set it up. Well, we'll probably have to take a shot too. Well, the first one that came up is speed option. So the only target, they're all supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4 of them were supposed to be 12. And then the one with the pencil line going way out there, I think was supposed to be an 18 by 24, and we're turning it into an 8-inch. So the brackets by each one show, the first number is how many feet you walk out, and then the second number is how many feet you walk right or left. We're not going to measure this, we're just going to do strides. A stride is about 3 feet, so we'll just make, I think I'll just walk one line right down the middle of the range. That'll be our center line, and then we'll measure off of that. I don't know how accurate my 3-foot stride is going to be in the snow, but let's try this out. Let's see. So what do we need? 60 is the first one. So that's 60 feet out, 6 feet over. Next one on the left is 39 feet, and then 8 feet. That's the 8-incher. 3, 6, 8. $45, 21. 3, 6, 9, 12, 30, 9-ish. 40, 40 something. 45, 21. Why didn't you just tell me? I wouldn't have had to take my glove off. 21. 3, 6, 15, 18. Ooh. Wow, that is quite a wide swing. I guess it'll work. Just missed that tree. This seems a lot more spread out than I pictured this one. Well, we're gonna have to cheat it by about a foot. Yeah, there's a big old stump right there. Well, that's alright, we'll just make it a little, we always like it a little harder than it has to be. Pull it back a couple feet. So the stop target is the small one out there, the second one to the left, which means you can shoot them in any order you want. You just have to make sure you hit them all and then hit that one target last. So clearly you usually want to start on one side, so I'm thinking you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that. Woo! The earplugs are so cold. You can roll them up and it's like sticking a needle in your ear. In the summer you can't do anything to keep them squished down enough to get them in there. Look at that. Now if I could get one of you fine ladies to just blow in my ear a little bit and warm it up, that'd be great. Who's gonna blow in the ear of a guy that looks like this? No one. And since it's the first time doing this, let's do the timer. If I do hit them all, at least we'll know how fast it was to start with. If it'll start up, it's pretty cold. Feels pretty weird grabbing that with a glove on. It'll work, it'll work. Did I hit the last one? 3.78 seconds, but we're not sure if I hit the last one. Took 2 to hit the last one, but 3.77. We're really coming along now. Problem is with a gloved thumb on the side, It's hard to get the safety there. Just making excuses, you know, ahead of time. Got them all. Even slower, 3.81. All right, last one. My thumb just got stuck to the tripod mount on the camera. Sorry, there's actually like no place to put the camera where you can see all 5 targets and see me. Well, maybe you don't want to see me, you just want to see the targets. Who knows? All right, 363, that's the time to beat into the future. It's getting dark, temperature's dropping. That's it for this day. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, yos. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if you identify as a yo or not. I don't even really know what a yo is. Anyway, whatever. See you next week. Thanks for watching.